Just in, everybody, a top Chinese official caught on camera, publicly actually, wasn't really caught on camera, calling Americans and our country some of the most vile, worst pejoratives. You got to see this clip. It's insane. Also, I've got a lot to share with you today, so sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack. Your boy Nez has you covered. Dana White talks about the Bill Maher dinner and tells his perspective, which is really, really interesting. CNN responds to that rip-roaring, fire in fuego viral moment where President Trump and President Bukele of El Salvador, who I think make an excellent team, called out CNN's Caitlin Collins, calling CNN essentially a network that hates the country, and they're full of really sick people. I mean, sick people. I love it. You got to see this amazing response. And plus, I've got a video basically showing the hypocrisy of their statement. So you're going to love that. But first, I think you're going to love this even more. Check this out. Take a look at this amazing chart. Thank you to our president and this amazing America First administrations. You've got border crossings dropping to an all-time historical low. The United States of America is finally safe from illegal criminals, thugs, migrants, rapists, drug dealers coming into our country. Look at 2025 versus the last 3-4 abysmal dark years. It is a 95% drop in illegal border crossings. We have so much to celebrate, and here to talk a little bit more about this is the great border czar, Tom Homan. Watch this.
Increased border apprehensions by 95% since last March. Can you describe maybe some of the success behind these numbers?
Because I worked for the greatest president of my lifetime, Donald Trump. Trump 45 is successful, unprecedented. And we're even doing better this time. President Trump, I give him all the credit because he put executive actions in place day one. He re-implemented the policies that we proved were effective. Right now, as we speak today, because of President Trump, the men and women of ICE and the men and women of the Border Patrol who stand on that line every day, today we have the most secure border in the history of this nation. No one can argue. The data's clear on that. I started in 1984. I've never seen the numbers this low. So again, the most secure border in the history of this nation, President Trump was able to do that in a matter of weeks. Something that Biden administration didn't do in 4 years. Either wouldn't or couldn't, but we proved it didn't need legislation, didn't need all this other stuff that the last administration talked about. We needed a strong president who took America first and cared about American safety and securing that border. Securing the border at this level means we have a lot stronger national security because of the border.
Remember when President Biden, Tombstone Vegetable in Chief, said, no, give me a bill. I can't do anything. Letting in millions, not hundreds. I was going to say hundreds of thousands per month. Millions, tens of millions, criminals, gangs, rapists, murders into our country, terrorizing hardworking Americans, defying the will of the American people. By the way, have you, dead serious, honest question. Have you seen one Democrat, I call them hypocrites because that's what they are. They're hypocrites. Have you seen one hypocrite come out publicly and celebrate this amazing reduction of illegal crossings? Have you seen one of them say anything about, wow, President Trump, Tom Homan, the Border Patrol Union, American workers, American citizens working their butts off to protect us and close our border? Have you heard one of them come out and celebrate this and actually encourage this and say, hey, good job? Not one. I haven't. Let me know if you have, because I sure haven't. Oh, I forgot. No, they're too busy fighting against this. They're too busy saying we're going to go over and save these terrorist, illegal, criminal aliens and bring them back. They want them back into our country. You think I'm kidding? Check this out.
I saw the comments of President Bukele, and I look forward to meeting with them. I've requested to meet with them. I reached out to the ambassador here to ask to meet while he's here. But I've also made clear if we can't meet here, I do intend to go to El Salvador to discuss the release of this individual who is illegally detained.
So this is what they want to fight for. They don't want to fight for Americans. They want to fight for people who are known sex traffickers, known members of MS-13. Even El Salvadorian President Bukele admitted yesterday in that press conference in the Oval Office that this guy's a terrorist. I'm not going to bring back and try to smuggle in a terrorist to the United States of America. So it's been confirmed on multiple levels. Why are the Democrats fighting so hard for these people and defying the will of the American people? By the way, if you want to get one of these original made in the USA, they make great gifts too, products and designs, check out the link in the pinned comment. Okay, this is just an insane clip right here. I can't wait to share this with you. Top Chinese official, the director of China's Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office, I might be pronouncing this incorrectly. It's XIA Baolong. Maybe Gia Baolong. Listen to this. Watch this. This is insane. His response to the tariffs of our president and our country, United States. Watch this.
是美国最大的贸易顺差地，但美国依然对香港如此加征关税，简直是蛮横霸道、无耻之极。这让世人更加看清，美国见不得香港好，是破坏香港人权自由、法治秩序和繁荣稳定的最大黑手。他不是要我们的税，而是要我们的命。美国一而再、再而三对香港进行遏制打压，换来的只能是其在香港的代理人的加速灭亡。最终必将反噬其自身，让美国那些乡巴佬们在中华民族5000年文明面前去哀鸣吧。
I beg your pardon? American country peasants? It will backfire? Those sound like fighting words to me, y'all. And all for what? Because we simply want one fair, decent thing, and that is reciprocity. China has had a trade surplus against the United States for decades. You've seen the videos of Chuck Schumer when he actually looked like a human being, not the vile creature he is today, swamp vermin, cold-blooded reptile he is today, where he said it's been unfair for a long time. Pelosi, same thing, when she didn't look so vile. Same thing, but TDS has a terrible, terrible effect on your physicality. We've seen it time and time again. These people look like vultures now. Even she was like, wow, this is unfair. China's had a trade surplus. China's been treating us unfairly. China's been owning the trade markets. Trump has done such an amazing job. Every other president's been afraid to do this. We finally have an American first president. We finally have somebody who wants to fight for us, stand up for us, has balls, and says, look, and by the way, this is all negotiating. This is the power, the art, the musicality of the deal. That's what's going on here. We have a master negotiator playing chess while they're, pun intended, playing Chinese checkers. A lot of countries, 50 plus now, coming to the table. Even Canada coming to the table. Even Mexico coming to the table. Vietnam says 0%. Even the European Union, the famed, defiant, illegal, alien-loving European Union is now saying, hey, we're ready to come to the table. The master negotiator is at work. And you want to throw some gasoline on the fire and call us peasants? I don't think that's such a good move, Mr. Jiao Baolong, or whatever your name is. Not sure that's a very good move. I can't wait to see what Trump says about that. Your boy Nez will keep you posted. I would love to get your thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down below. Okay, in our next story, it is propaganda spreading, hate-filled, TDS consumed, lie after lie after lie emitting CNN gets extremely sore and upset after Trump says they hate our country, which is, undeniably true. And I've got the video proof to show it. But first, let me show you what Trump said and then watch the pathetic response by CNN's Dana Bash. It's almost as pathetic as fake Tapper saying, I'm not on the left. I'm not on the left. Oh my, yeah, you're a centrist. It's not even laughable. It's so pitiful They think we're so dumb. Anyway, I could go off for hours on that. Watch the clip where Trump says what he says, and then CNN's Dana Bash, and then I've got a very important clip to show you that's going to knock your socks off. Come on back.
You know, like CNN over here doesn't want to put them out because they don't like putting out good numbers. They only like putting out because I think they hate our country, actually.
Before I get to you, I just want to say, for the record, since we heard President Trump say in the Oval Office that CNN hates our country, CNN does not hate our country. That should go without saying. I've been here for 32 years, and I see a rhetorical device in him trying to say such a thing.
Oh, really, Dana Bash? Is that a fact? Well, let's just take a look at some interesting evidence, shall we? Watch this.
Here's a breaking news. We live in a racist, sexist, homophobic, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic country.
Everything they're doing runs against making America great.
Well,
it was never great, so I'm not going to say the again part, but making America great.
Kicking off the Independence Day weekend, President Trump will be at Mount Rushmore, where he'll be standing in front of a monument of 2 slave owners and on land wrestled away from Native Americans, told that be focusing on the effort to, quote, tear down our country's history.
They strongly believe, these human smugglers, that this is their chance to enter the United States. This is their chance at the American dream. That's why they risk everything, only to find out that it's all a lie.
And when we got our freedom, our quote unquote freedom, we were never restored whole, which is why you hear about reparations. So until the United States atones for that and makes good on that, we're still living in a racist country.
I don't want to put you through more torture than that, but that just gives you an idea, just an iota, because there's far more clips I could share with you that are even worse than that, if not exactly the same. And I don't know, you tell me, has CNN demonstrated that they love our country, that they support our country, that they share stories and editorials that actually bolster, enliven pride in our country, our achievements, our innovations, our accomplishments? I don't know. You tell me. It seems to me they're the ones who were at the forefront of the perpetuation of the Russian hoax. They probably put on Shifty Pencil Dick Schiff 1,000,006 times. Kamala Harris got all the positive exposure while they attacked Trump endlessly, ceaselessly. I beg to differ, CNN. And the beautiful thing about the internet is the internet is forever. The beautiful thing about recording a broadcast is it's forever. We're going to find those clips. You will not get away with it any longer. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, in our final clip, if you made it this far, I'm so excited to share this with you. Remember the dinner with Bill Maher? The video that I posted of Bill Maher's response got completely taken down and copywritten by HBO. I even appealed. And every time I appeal, because it's an educational channel and it's under fair use, 100% of the time I've passed. But HBO is full. I think they thought that I was saying something bad about Bill Maher, which I wasn't. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't like Bill Maher. But essentially, they took down that video and they took down all the clips. So I apologize for that. But we had Kid Rock's his rendition and his take on what happened. And also, we just got this in too. Dana White just did an interview to talk about his perspective of that dinner, and I thought it was worth sharing. Check this out.
Last week, I was I met with the Prime Minister of the UK, and we had a fight on Saturday. Then I flew home, and the next morning, Kid Rock is blowing my phone up, and he's like, I need some help. I just got Bill Maher and Donald Trump to have dinner together, and if this thing goes south, I don't want to be there by myself. Will you fly out here? And
well, tell me about the dinner, because this is probably the most famous dinner to happen in the past year or plus.
So the first thing that happens is Bill Maher walks in into the Oval Office, and me and the president were in there, and he has a piece of paper with every name that the president has called him over the last, however many years. There were like 100 names on this list, and it was hilarious. Thank God he had 2 of them, because I had them both sign it, and I'm getting it framed and hanging it in my office. But I think the coolest thing about that meeting and that dinner was 2 guys who have not liked each other for a very long time, 2 guys who have many opposing views, got together and sat down and talked, and they talked about a lot of things that they agree on. and a lot of things that they disagree on. But Kid Rock and I always say, and you know this better than anybody, nobody walks into a meeting or a dinner with Donald Trump and walks out and doesn't like him. It's impossible. And if you say you don't, you're lying. You're lying. So Bill Maher walks in and he's like, first of all, the president is all over me all the time because I don't wear a suit when I go to these things. So Bill Maher walks into the Oval Office and he's like, there's no way in hell I was showing up without a suit on. And I didn't have a suit on. And Bill Maher looks at me and he goes, this is definitely from the Zelensky collection.
Oh my, that's a pretty good start. That's a good way to start.
It was hilarious. It was funny. It was fun. There was a lot of really good and smart conversation that went back and forth between him and the president. And Kid Rock and I just sort of sat there and let those two have their time together.
Wow.
It was awesome.
I wonder if you have a person like Bill Maher come out of a meeting with President Trump and it's all very positive. It kind of feels like, maybe we're heading towards a place, Dana, where this country can unify. If those two can get in a room together and get along, does it give you hope?
But that's what needs to happen. People do with opposing views. Instead of everybody hating each other, get together, talk, disagree. It's okay to disagree. Yeah. There's never going to be a case where you agree with everything that anybody says, your friends, your family, and definitely not the president of the United States.
Let me ask you.
Doesn't mean you have to hate each other.
It seems like the Democrats have such a hard time understanding that common sense, simple truth that Dana White just said there at the end. Yeah, we're not going to agree. I don't agree with, 60% of the things that, maybe even more, maybe I'm being polite, that my friend's family, how can you expect that on such polarizing issues and consequential policies, etc., of administrations and presidents and members of this and that, the legislature, what have you? It's just insane, but they won't. We saw it at the State of the Union. They didn't stand once. They didn't stand once for Jocelyn Nungaray. They didn't stand once for that awesome young kid, that black police detective or what have you, who got that amazing Secret Service nomination right in front of the world's eyes, that look on his face. They didn't stand for anything. There's a reason why their approval rating is below 22%. I'm surprised it's even in the teens. But I love what he said there. We have to at least talk to each other. We have to at least engage with each other. Oh, I love our president. I love where we are right now. If you're as happy as we are, tap that thumbs up. If you love America, tap that thumbs up. Don't forget, in the pinned comment, you can get your very own 100% made in the USA design. We got a ton of things: hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, you name it, backpacks. We got so much stuff. Check that out in the pinned comment. If you haven't already, check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow so you don't miss anything. Our free newsletters also in the pinned comment. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless these United States and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.